Here we're going to learn how to set up main buttons and bottom buttons through the Goozmo button director. Let's begin. To go to the button director, click on Button Director from the main menu on the left-hand side. In this case, we are already there. We're going to go ahead and set up a few buttons under Main and Bottom. Let's start with Main Buttons. We already have one button here called Home. This button points to your home page. We have also indicated that it's your home page, as you see here by the dot, by clicking on the Home Page button over here. This indicates the initial page that loads when somebody goes to your website. You have to have a home page set. Otherwise, when people try to go to your website, it will end up going to a blank page. Let's go ahead and add a new button. To add a new button, you click on the Add button up here. This loads the Add button window. We have a few options: button type, internal page, button target, and button name. Internal page depends on the button type. We have it set here to internal page, but we can also set the button to link to an outside website. When you click that, this option changes to external link, and you can put in the web address. In this case, we want to link to an internal page. Once you select it, click on Set Page. This will launch the content director. From the content director, find the page you want to link to. In this case, let's link to our About Us page. When you find it, click the Use button. As you see here, the About Us page has now been applied. Button target. You can have this button load in the same window, or you can have the button load a new window. Usually, the button target is set to new window when button type is external link. For example, if you want to send your visitor to a third-party website, but you don't want them to leave your website, you would actually set button target to new window. But being that this is an internal page, we're going to go ahead and keep it same window. Button name can be set to anything you want. We'll go ahead and just name it right after the page, About Us. There's also advanced options under the Advanced tab. No follow indicates that search engines cannot follow this link. Sometimes this applies if you have buttons, multiple buttons linking to the same page. Some search engines do not like multiple buttons going to the same page, and they will actually derank those links. If you have, for example, let's say a button in your main navigation buttons at the top of your website pointing to an About Us page, and a button in your bottom buttons pointing to an About Us page, you probably are going to want to set one of those buttons to no follow. But in this case, we only have one button right now, so we'll go ahead and ignore this setting. So let's go back to the Settings tab, check everything, and everything looks okay, go ahead and click Save. As you can see here, our new button has applied. Let's go ahead and create another button. Let's make a button to go to our Contact Us page. Contact Us. And click Save. We have now successfully set up 3 buttons pointing to internal pages. Let's go ahead and set up an external page button. Let's say we want to send our users to google.com. And in this case, we're going to want to pop it up in a new window. In button name, let's select Search. Let's say you have a Twitter profile and you want to send your users to Twitter. Let's go ahead and set up another button. We'll select External Link. Twitter. And in this case, we'll send it to Goozmo's profile. New window, My Twitter. Click Save. So now we have a nice handful of buttons. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these look like. As you can see here, we have our 5 buttons. Okay, let's go back to the button director. Let's say you don't like the order of these buttons. You can simply click on any of these buttons and drag and drop them to change the order. Let's move My Twitter to above the Contact Us button. Let's move Contact Us last. Once you like your new order, you just click Save Changes. Let's say you would like to have a sub button. Let's say Contact Us should be a sub button under About Us. The first step is to move the button to the correct location. Once you have it below About Us, or the button you want to be the main button, you go ahead on the button you want to make sub and click Sub Button. As you can see, the color of this button has changed. This indicates that Contact Us is a sub button now under About Us. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like. As you see now, Contact Us is now showing up as a sub button under About Us. You can have as many sub buttons under a main button as you like. We could make all of these sub buttons. Take a look at what this looks like. As you can see here, all of those buttons now appear under the About Us button as sub buttons. Let's go back to the button director. To make these buttons back to main buttons, all you have to do is click on main button over here on the ones you want to change. Let's go ahead and change them all back. And when you are done, you just click Save Changes. Okay, we have now set up some main buttons. You can also set up bottom buttons that appear at the bottom of the website. You just click on the bottom buttons tab up here, and you follow the same exact steps that you followed under main buttons. And that is how you set up and manage buttons in the button director.